Well, hello and welcome to another episode of A Conversation with a Friend, this time with an international friend, and this is the Black History Month edition. And today I have the pleasure of having a conversation with Natacha Dacine. You can read all about Natacha in the copy below, but I want you to hear from her today. Welcome, Natacha, to the show.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, everyone. Happy Black History Month.
Yes, it is a great month. And you have an incredible story to tell. And I think you're going to encourage so many people who are, living outside their culture, and just different things. And I think I'm going to start off with a question of could you tell us about what motivated you to even move to the United States? And you can weave in a little bit about where you've lived and who you are if you like as well.
Wow. First of all, I had not chosen to leave my country, even less to come live in the United States. But
Mm,
in 2019, yes, it's all happened so fast in my life.
mm,
I was subject of so many political threats
mhm.
because of my public position against the bad governance for the president.
Yes.
And there are so several crimes organized by the member of power and also the gangs, the armed gangs.
Mhm.
I even wrote an open letter to the president to
Mhm,
ask him to respect what the constitution of the country said.
mhm, mhm,
Unfortunately, the president was assassinated in 2021. But
mhm.
after my open letter, I took part at so many demonstration, public demonstration, and also radio and television broadcasts to
Mhm,
motivate the population to mobilize against the unacceptable because school didn't work, the country was blocked, anything works.
mhm,
And they kill people every day.
mm.
Yeah, as my words bother them, they they decided that I am the one to be killed.
Mm,
It was
mm.
not easy for me.
No, I can
I
imagine.
I even left the capital of the country, Port-au-Prince,
Mhm,
to go to my mom' house
mhm,
at another city, but the threat became worse.
mm.
Yeah, and I put my family, my friends at risk.
Yes.
Yeah, after insistence, I finally find myself with a carry-on on a plane to
Yeah.
go to the US.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Did you that's a it's a sad story to hear.
yeah,
Um,
it's a
but
little hard.
yeah, yeah.
Even today, it's hard to tell. But I didn't plan to stay in the US.
Mm.
My
Mhm,
final destination was Canada.
mhm.
But it was at the beginning of the pandemic in
Yes.
March 2020.
Mhm.
Canada had already closed its borders.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So I found myself stuck.
Mhm.
Now I no longer stay stuck. I
Yeah.
say that I was planted. Yeah,
Yes.
it was God will. I
Yeah.
couldn't understand that, but now I understand. I found
Absolutely.
myself
Absolutely.
stuck here and I was to deal with it.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's a story. And what has been some of the biggest challenges? So here you have to flee your country, right? That's an asylum seeker, refugee, and a lot of times when we hear about the black countries, we don't say refugee. We say it when it comes to, what's happening in Ukraine and other countries. But there are black refugees,
Yes.
asylum seekers because of what's going on. What has been the biggest challenge when you immigrated? And tell us how did you overcome them?
Yeah. There were so many challenges.
Mm,
First, uh, find myself here without against my will. It
mhm,
was not my desire to stay here. I
mhm,
chose to go to Canada, even
mhm,
against myself because I didn't plan to leave my country. But
Mhm.
my choice for Canada was for the language.
Mhm.
So at Canada, they speak French.
Yes, and you speak French. Yes.
And also, I know more about Canada culture.
Mhm.
Now I know everything about the US culture because I am
Mhm.
living there. But I
Mhm.
had so many friends and family that
Mhm.
was willing, that were ready to receive me at Canada.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
finding myself here without knowing when the borders will be open,
Mhm.
it like that I was floating.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
didn't know what to do. For
Yes.
some months, more than 3 or 4 months, I didn't even open my suitcase, my
Mhm.
carry-on,
Yes.
because
Mhm.
I was waiting so hardly to go to Canada to live here.
Yeah.
This was one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah.
And also, it was so difficult for me to make the detachment with
Mhm.
what going on in my home country.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
was there. I eat just to eat,
Mhm.
but I spend so many hours listening to Haiti news,
Mhm.
attending online meeting. It
Mhm.
just I was there. My body was there, but my mind stay in my country. It
Yes.
was so difficult to make the detachment.
Mhm.
Yeah, and or I overcome or overcame the situation. Sometimes you have to find what can lift you up.
Yes.
And my faith in God helped me.
Yes. Yes.
One day, I said to myself, if I am here, almost 6 months pass,
Mhm.
maybe this is the plan of God.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, all my life, everything I asked God, even I got what I asked for, or
Mhm.
even I got much better.
Yes.
And my mom always says, human can propose, but the God dispose.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I said to myself, I suppose to understand that
Mhm.
they can have a good reason for
Mhm.
me to stay here. And my interpretation of the situation changed.
Mm.
Yeah, I stopped saying that I am stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I start saying that I am planted. So
Yes.
I had to water my garden.
Yes. Oh, I love that. So I want to say that, and so you said you stopped saying that you were stuck, and instead you
Yeah.
said you were planted and you needed to water your garden. I want to give people a little bit of insight though into this, because so here you are in your home country. Could you guys imagine? Sometimes Americans, we can be very disconnected from this, right? Because we have not had to seek asylum. That's not our history. But if you can imagine wanting to stay in your own home country, but can't, or you could lose your life, and had a destination of a place where it was a language that you spoke, a culture that you understood, but you can't get in, and you find yourself in a new culture. And Natasha, you've been learning English, yeah? And so,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, so these things, so it's the language, it's the culture, it's the longing for what you never intended to miss. And here you are saying you were planted and it's time to water your garden. What a wonderful mind shift, and one that will set you up to thrive. That
And
is
that's
amazing.
everything.
Yes. That changed everything for you. So, how has it changed it, and how has it impacted your experience now in the US?
After this my change, I stopped to be depressed.
Mhm.
I s-
Mhm.
yeah, I stopped to blame myself or to blame the circumstances. I
Mhm.
stopped to ask why did happen to me, but
Mhm.
I understood that it's happened for me. So
Mhm.
many people, for example, I have some friends that didn't have the opportunity to leave the country at that time. and
Mhm.
they were killed.
Yes. Yeah.
So I said to myself, this is happened for me,
For you.
for my
Mhm.
development, and I'm
Yes.
supposed to take the best from it.
Yes.
And I start um, finding about the culture here, the immigration process.
Mhm. Mhm.
I stopped thinking about Canada and I
Yeah.
call my friends, okay, I will come to see you, or whenever you can come to see me. So
Yeah.
I here I will stay.
Yes. I love it. I have to tell you, your English is amazing. How many languages do you speak?
Three, my two native languages, Creole and French,
Mhm.
now English, that I am still working on improving,
Yeah.
and un poquito
Yes.
Spanish.
Yes, I love that because people don't realize. I remember when I moved abroad, and language is power. Yeah. And when you don't know a language, a lot of times you could feel very inferior in
Yes.
situations. And so I just applaud you for sticking to it. I applaud you for taking this interview and speaking in a third language. That is amazing. And I want to tell you that, especially as an adult learner, and especially because you are educated and because you came from, in your country, you were leading, you were a leader. And so to come and say ABCs and one, two, threes and learn conjunctions and things as an adult, they say some of the worst language learners are educated people because we don't like to sound dumb.
You are so right. And I
Mm,
think also for someone who speaks French, which
yes.
is a very musical language, it's so
Mm.
difficult to shift from French to English.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, I read on your book,
Yeah.
Authenticate,
Mhm.
that when you are learning a language, it's like you are learning ABCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is very challenging. You are somewhere, you know that you can speak. You have
Yeah.
so many things to say, and you can
Yes.
find the words to
Yes. You can't
express yourself. It was
exactly.
hard. And
Yes.
thank you so much for having me. I hesitated,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you
So glad
insisted.
you did. And so
Thank you.
one of the things I have to say, just is just to enlighten, when we come across people that learn English as a second or third or fourth language, especially as adult learners, we have to be careful sometimes because when you learn a language, you are very concise in your words. So some people think it's as rude, right? But because I remember when in speaking, well, Norwegians didn't think I was rude, but it can sound very rude because you don't have the fluff language, right? Because first you learn, just the hardcore well, it might be conversational, but then you have to move into subject language where whatever your specialty is, whether it's a doctor or a lawyer, that's a whole different set of language. And English is not a easy language to learn. You have tear and tear spelled the same way, but depending on the sentence, it's just so many little things. And language goes beyond just words. It's the nursery rhymes. It's the thing that we grew up at. So I just want to say that to commend you because, and I hope you guys hear her with your heart. And when you experience someone that speaks multiple languages, that we listen with our heart and we can help them. We can usually figure out what they need. But I want to go because you are educated. You have a wonderful background, and I know you were a leader and you participated in Toastmasters International and in the Caribbean region. Tell me about Toastmasters over there. We do have Toastmasters here too, but tell us about.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do. We do.
yeah,
Toastmasters is a worldwide
yes,
movement would teach people to develop their communications and
mm,
leadership skills.
yes. I love it. And what did you do there? You were just participating, or yeah?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I have to say that my journey start in 2007.
Yeah.
I just wanted to develop my communication skills and my
Mhm.
leadership skills. But what is very interesting with Toastmaster, you learn by doing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I
Mhm.
suppose to have position to
Mhm.
apply what I learned.
Yes.
So yeah,
Mm,
my involvement pushed me into some leadership position, and I apply the theories I learn. And
mhm,
as I said, I learn by doing, and I become a leader.
mhm,
They were progressive, and I took pleasure in teamwork. Toastmaster is all about teamwork, collective successes, and
mhm,
also my journey with Toastmaster make me travel in so many countries in the
mhm,
Caribbean, more than seven countries in the Caribbean, and I
mhm.
used to come here also to the US for our convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so interesting. I would recommend everyone to experience Toastmaster.
That was going to be my question, especially when people move to a new country and they learn a new language. Do you think Toastmasters could be a help to them, or do you think they should master the language? Yeah, tell me what do you think there?
Toastmaster is not about a language; it's
Mhm.
about communication. I would
Mm.
suggest anyone who wants to become a Toastmaster uh, to master the basic of the language.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you will be at
Mhm.
Toastmaster French, master the basic of French because
Yeah.
you will have to speak. So if you can't find the words, if you don't know the rule of the language, it will
Mhm.
be difficult.
Okay, that's good.
That's why I plan to join Toastmaster year this year
Yeah.
because I feel confident enough now
Yeah.
with my English.
That's nice. Very good to hear. I don't. This is not a political show, but I'm just because many of us don't know a lot of the history of Haiti, as well as the political climate. I'm wondering if you could just school us a little bit on Haiti and some of its ups and downs as a country, and why, maybe your impression of how it came to where it is today.
Thank you for giving me this great opportunity to talk about Haiti. You know,
Yeah.
Haiti is a great country with
Mm,
great values, a glorious history,
mhm,
exceptional natural resources.
mhm,
We have very good weather,
mhm,
and we are the first Black republic,
mhm,
fought against slavery in 1803, and we
mhm,
became independent in 1804. We
mhm.
showed the freedom pathway to the world, and I am so proud of that.
Should be, yes.
Yeah. However, like some countries or several African countries, we have been victims of colonialism and
Mhm.
slavery, and we continue to pay the consequences until today.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Since
Mhm.
education at all levels, for example, school education, civic, economic, political education, remains inaccessible to everyone.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people do not always know or to choose the leaders.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
the country has been taken hostage by a group of criminals in power.
Mhm. Mhm.
They use the people vulnerability to arm them, between them, against them.
Mhm. Mhm.
And unfortunately, those leaders who do not follow any rules, who do
Mm.
not lead for the countries for a better life,
Mhm.
they have some international support.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is difficult. For
Mm.
now, you can see in the news, the situation is very challenging. And
Yes.
even the most optimistic person could not be so optimistic.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. And, you were a leader and on an executive board of one of the oldest political parties in Haiti. And what was the highlight or the notable achievement from working there that stands out to you?
It was not easy for me because even in the party, the situation was not good because one of the leader, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
was in some compromission with the president uh, uh, who lead at that day, and
Mm-hmm.
it tend to not respect the rules,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the party, the values of the party. And as a woman, also in my country, hmm, they tend to intimidate you,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
not speak,
Yes.
not have a position, to
Mm-hmm.
even not involve in politics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some threats start in my own political party.
Yes.
Thanks God, I had a great majority of members with me.
Mm-hmm.
All they need, all they wanted is a better life for Haiti.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they stood with me until I resigned in 2020 when I had to come there.
Mm-hmm.
But the work is still going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I am so grateful for that. We have
Yes.
good relationship. Even if I am there, they can call me if they
Mhm.
need an idea. They even ask me to come back.
I
But
bet they do. Yeah. I bet they do because you're an amazing woman. I'd love to hear. So, one of the things we talk about and want to encourage on this particular series is to encourage African American and Brown communities to get their passport, travel, study, and/or live abroad. And one of the things, I don't have the percentage in my head, but I know it's less than 15% of Black Americans get their passport before they're 20. And I kind of want to change that. And so I'd love to hear a little bit about your travel experience, or I know, yeah, and anything that you could share. And even about Haiti, because I mean, is that a country that we should visit, or maybe we stay out of it now, so, or some of the surrounding areas that could be a place for people to visit?
yeah, it is a beautiful country. And
Mm,
before that situation, I know that people, even Bill Clinton and
mm.
Hillary Clinton, they had their honeymoon in Haiti.
Ah, nice.
So I
Hmm.
still hope for a better day for Haiti when I
Yeah.
will be so happy to invite anyone to visit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. How have you been to Canada or some other countries before?
Yes, I
Yeah.
went to Canada for a training on gender and
Mhm.
also for some conference. I
Mhm.
went. I used to come there for vacation, for visiting
Mhm.
family, but
Yeah.
also I participated to an exchange travel organized by the U.S. Department of State for
Yeah.
some women leaders around the world. We
Yes.
were 10 from Africa, me from Haiti, some other from Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
I visit 7 states here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
during 3 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also some Caribbean country like Jamaica.
Yes. Yeah. They're beautiful. I mean, I've been to many of the places, of course, Jamaica being one of them, and you're right, they're beautiful. And I remember I had to work for a company, and I had to work in St. Lucia. Can you
Yeah.
believe that? Oh
Did
my
you
God.
visit Lucia?
Yeah, where they were still riding, yeah, bareback horse and little lobsters. I think there was lobster crab, but just walk across the road, it was just,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a different
Yeah.
place.
They speak Creole also, even a
Mm,
little different from Haitian Creole, but they speak Creole also. Yeah,
mm.
I love St. Lucia.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, do you cook Caribbean and or Haitian food anytime or?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I
Woo!
do. And I'm supposed to cook for you. I will invite you one day.
Yes, please, please. I would love that. So what has been some of your greatest successes since arriving to the US? And yeah, just because you, of course, it was challenging, but I tell you, learned the language and you have quite a bit of success behind you. What are some of the things you've accomplished?
Success, let's say accomplishment. The greatest one is my authentication.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks God I read your book.
Mhm.
This book is a must read for any immigrant.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
yeah, I stopped seeking to fit in, but
Mhm.
I try to come and add my value.
Yes.
I
Oh,
no longer I no longer seek to integrate, but to authenticate. I keep my
Yes.
values, I keep my culture when I am remaining open to the new culture, and I feel so grateful. This is add value to have two cultures, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Yes.
It, it's a blessing. It is.
It's a blessing. And as the executive administrator of a church,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy my work. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this is not happen for everyone to enjoy his or her work. You know?
Yes.
And I found in my job a second family,
Yeah.
so I will be forever grateful. And
Yeah.
I want to use this blessing to bless others. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Ah, I love it. That's
And
what we
also,
do.
yeah, I keep learning, I keep improving my English, and
Yes.
I am pursuing my certification in life and health coaching. Thank you,
Yeah.
because I want to help people overcome the life challenges, life transition. If
Yes.
I did, they can do also. I
Yeah.
want to use my experiences, my skills, and also my inner positivity because I
Yeah.
am someone, yeah, my mindset, I try to keep it always positive and
Mhm.
helps me. So,
Yes.
as a new coach, I am so happy to this new pathway. So,
Mhm.
so far so good. I can't complain, and I understand that nothing happened to me, but everything's happened for me.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
I have another question, and this one I'm going to let you answer in English, and then I want you to answer in French because I want
Okay.
people to hear. And it says, you've experienced both sides now, life in Haiti and in the US. And given a chance, would there be anything that you would go back and change about either experience or something that you learned in hindsight that could help upcoming generations on their journey to immigrating abroad?
Wow, that's a tough question.
Yeah, that is. Take your time. Think about that.
Yeah, let me drink a little.
Exactly. Yeah. That was a thought provoker.
Mhm. Okay. In my opinion, I think all the success of the United States rests on one thing: the respect of the principles, the
Mm-hmm.
respect of the laws, and the will of the citizens and the leaders to put USA first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether Republican or Democrat,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the interests or to defend their country,
Mm-hmm.
they come unite together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really something that I wish I could bring to my Asians people
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to think country first, to
Mm-hmm.
put the country's interests first. It could be also something that could help for some African country also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you want me to to answer in
I
French?
want you to I want you to talk to your people, the people that are speaking French and may find themselves listening to this podcast. And maybe they lost a loved one, or maybe they have not, authenticated like you and they're still struggling. I want you to give them a message.
Ok.
Mm-hmm.
Quelle que soit la personne, qu'il soit haïtien ou haïtienne, ou peu importe sa nationalité, si vous regardez cette émission aujourd'hui et vous vous trouvez comme immigrant ou immigrante dans un autre pays, je sais que ça ne va pas être toujours facile pour vous. Certaines fois, vous allez vous réveiller avec la nostalgie de votre pays et devant les défis qu'il vous faut affronter et dans le pays d'accueil. Mais il faut toujours garder une attitude positive. Votre mindset, c'est ce qui va vous aider à naviguer et à avancer. Donc, comme je l'ai dit en anglais tout à l'heure, rien n'arrive contre vous, mais tout arrive pour vous, pour votre développement. Merci. Thank you.
Oh my God. I love French. You could probably turn me off and I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for sharing that. And I hope it encourages someone. Now, before we go today, I think one last thing for you to do is if you could just leave us a nugget, something that would encourage a young person or even a parent to get their child a passport, travel, study, live abroad, expand your worldview. If you can just share how that could enrich life, how you see that could enrich life and encouraging them to hopefully do just that.
With technology, the world is like a little city.
Mm,
Yeah, I will encourage everyone who have the possibility, or even if you don't have any possibility, the opportunities are there.
mm,
Go find them.
mhm,
Go studies abroad.
mhm.
Learn a new language
Yes.
or more than one languages. And
Yes.
you will see, you will be you will find some unbelievable opportunities and you will
Mhm.
be unstoppable.
Mm. Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
I love it. I love that. Now what is your signature Haitian dish? I know this has ended. This is a bonus, y'all, because I'm interested in the food. What's the signature dishes in Haiti?
This is a dishes that I call, and some Asian call, 1804, the year of our independence.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a soup that we have every 1st January.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got our independence also. This is not only the new year for us,
Yeah.
it is also our Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah, this soup named soup jumu
Mhm.
is something that we love because it remind us so many things
Yeah.
that our ancestors does.
What's in it?
In the soup,
Hmm.
there is pumpkin,
Hmm.
some vegetables,
Hmm.
some macaroni, some potatoes, and meat, beef.
Yeah. Yummy. 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 Well, thank you for that.
Yummy.
I
Yeah,
might try to find a picture of that when and put that so people can see it and
I will send you some pictures.
ooh, thank
And
you.
for the last 1st of January, we didn't make this soup because, as you know, my mom was hospitalized and we
Hmm.
didn't have the mood to do so because I had to stay in the hospital with her. But
Yes.
I will invite you for the next January
Yeah,
1st.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Natasha, this has been amazing. I want to so thank you for just taking your time with us today and sharing your story. I know it's going to encourage many, and I know this is just the beginning of the journey that God has for you. You're going to be a blessing. You are a blessing, and I know you will continue to be here in America. And I'm so glad you're planted here and that you're watering yourself.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having contributed in my journey
Yes.
also. Thank you
Yeah.
for being a blessing to me. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And thank everyone for watching. If you want to get in touch with Natasha, we'll have her email address or contact information in the comments below. If you're looking for a coach, if you're an immigrant and you want someone to coach you or just be that mentor for you, please get in contact with her. She can help. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good day, everyone.